Hello.
This is the ITV, what is it? Year of Promise,
Year
I think.
of Promise, and this is the Day of Promise
It
now.
is the Day of Promise. It's your chance to register your promise to make a difference. Make a promise and make your mark in history by ringing this number, 08457 555 300.
Well, you've made your mark in history, haven't you, with that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's in tomorrow's newspapers, because I've had a sneak look. It was on the news tonight.
Yeah? I was utterly terrified.
Well, what got me for two allegedly intelligent women? I mean, you obviously are. I mean, you know, but
here we go.
How come
you didn't
neither
know
of the two of you knew anything about cowboy films?
Billy the Kid.
And what was John Wayne's last film?
And would you know about makeup? No, frankly, so we'll move on, I think. We've had some great promises.
You were brilliant.
Oh, thank you very much. I was so
Kirsty.
pleased.
Well
you know
done,
what?
Kirsty.
My promise was to get at least 500 computers into children's hospital wards. This is for a charity called Express Link Up that I've been patron of for a couple of years. Tiny Computers promised £125,000 to match what I won on Millionaire. That's taken us to 600 computers. 600.
Now, that's your corporate promise.
Yes.
What about your personal promise? You know why people are...
My personal promise is to go out for a party with you tonight.
Oh, wow.
Not let you sleep before GMTV
I have a very early
tomorrow.
start in the morning, so let's get on with this
Yes,
now.
let's do that thing. Throughout the day, we've shown you a number of films made for nothing by the advertising agencies on behalf of some smaller charities. If you're wondering how that came about, stay tuned. But first, here's one of those films.
The advertising agency, BDH TBWA, and the production company, RSA Films, made a promise for ITV's Year of Promise to make a short film for the charity The Compassionate Friends. Here it is.
A woman who has lost her husband is called a widow. A man who has lost his wife is called a widower. Children who have lost their parents are known as orphans. There is still no one word in the English language to describe parents who have lost a child. The Compassionate Friends, support and friendship for bereaved parents.
Now, that was one of the 13 films made by advertising agencies at their own cost, I should point out, for charities. And here to tell us a bit more about how these films came about as the promise from the advertising world, we have Nick Phillips with us. Hello, Nick. Hi. Nick is the Director General of the Institute of Practitioners in Advertising. So tell us the story.
Well, what happened was about a year ago, Susanna and Stephanie came to see me, and they had an idea of getting the agencies involved in making these short films for charities which don't normally have a chance of getting on television because they're smaller charities and they couldn't afford the cost of advertising. And I thought we could have a go and get them to volunteer, and they have, as you've seen.
Nick, what happens now? These were superbly crafted films, great messages put across, and you must be very proud of your industry as a result. But is that it? Will they only be shown today?
No, some of them are going to be shown in cinema. I'm quite confident that the agencies and the charities will continue to work together, and the charities can show them in all sorts of ways around halls in the country, within their own institutes and so on. And also, I think not only will these agencies and these charities get to work together and continue to work together, but I think it'll inspire other agencies. So I think it'll really go from here.
So through your corporate promise in the industry, you've actually made a real difference to a lot of smaller charities, and they've all come off the back of the fact that we had this survey. We asked the great British public what they cared about, and it's those charities that support.
That's right. I mean, what happened was there was a survey, there was the Murray poll, which your folk did.
Absolutely.
And what they said is there's 5 areas that we think matter to the future, which are the greener, the healthier, the safer, and so on. And what we did is we then matched what the agents were interested in with those charities, and that's what gave us the potential.
Terribly grateful to you and to everybody who's worked on that.
Well,
thank you very much to all the advertising agencies.
Thank you. That is what you have cared about. Let's see now the final 2 films.
The advertising agency BDH TBWA made a promise for the ITV Year of Promise that we would make a short film for the charity Fairbridge. And here it is. Promise fulfilled.
You're nothing! Just a waste! A loser, an idiot! I mean, what's the point here? Nobody likes you anyway, they never have! Even when you was little. Useless. Worthless. You're a nobody! Are you listening to me? But that weren't too bad today, though. You done all right. It was okay. But don't get carried away, I mean, you might balls it up. It weren't bad. For you. Yeah. Yeah. You're not that bad, mate. I think you could get on. Yeah. I think you could do all right. Yeah. I'm gonna do all right.
Hello, we're Cogent Advertising, and when we heard about ITV's Year of Promise, we thought the best thing we could do would be to make a TV commercial for our favourite charity, which is employment opportunities for people with disabilities. And here it is.
Look at this motorcycle. Look at this painting. Look at this sports centre. Look at these Taijutsu fighters. Look at this motorcycle. The chassis was built by a disabled engineer. Look at this painting. It was painted by a disabled artist. Look at this sports centre. It was designed by a disabled architect. Look at these Taijutsu fighters. They were trained by a disabled instructor. Employers who employ disabled people see the ability, not the disability.
Now that's smart. See the ability, not the disability. Right. So well done, the ad agencies, for those. You've made 360,000 promises today, but the ITV Regions who make your TV programmes locally have also made some. Let's look at those.
I'm Caroline Oldrey, and at Anglia Television we promised to promote recycling and cut waste. We've put recycling bins in every office, and we're collecting drink cans. All to reduce landfill sites and make the Anglia region a greener place for us all to live in.
Hello, I'm Richard Bath. In the heart of Plymouth's historic Barbican, Carlton Westcountry is giving the Mayflower Steps a major facelift. The Pilgrim Fathers left from here nearly 400 years ago on their epic voyage to the New World. So, to commemorate this, local companies and the council are joining ITV's Year of Promise to improve this site for everybody.
I'm Fred Dineage from Meridian at Highcliffe Castle, one of our promised sites, and our company promise is to help save a life. So far, we've persuaded thousands of our viewers to become blood and organ donors, including me, and to register on the bone marrow programme. But it hasn't stopped there. We've helped people learn to swim, provided low-cost cycle helmets and had smoke alarms fitted in viewers' homes. So, join us, make a promise, save a life.
In Scotland, one of the biggest problems we face at the start of the new millennium is our appalling health record. Too many Scots still die young from preventable diseases, and too many of us still smoke and don't take enough exercise. That's why at Scottish Television we're working with the Health Education Board for Scotland, promising to help make Scotland healthier.
Channel Television prides itself at being at the heart of the local community in Jersey, Guernsey, Alderney, Herm and Sark. Our promise is to plant a tree for every baby born in the islands during the year 2000, which means we'll be doing our bit for the local community and environment.
Oh, they're fantastic promises, aren't they? Did you see that lovely Fred Dineage?
I saw a few lovely things there around the regions. That was excellent.
It was excellent. Now, I know what you were looking at. Now, as well as appearing in the Promise Register, if you phoned in, many promises are going to be displayed for years and years to come at nearly 100 landmark promise sites up and down the country. And our lovely Sonia Saul has been flying in a helicopter all day. What a day you've had.
It's been a brilliant day, actually. You know, we had...
lucky girl.
I am, actually. You know, I cannot say... I'm not going to say it was difficult or tough. It was a brilliant day. We had good weather.
Yeah.
We had a fantastic pilot.
Was he handsome?
Wonderful. He was lovely. He was in control the whole way.
Oh,
you know what? He'd give you a run for your money.
As long as he got you down safely.
He was good. He was good.
It was a journey of promise then, in more ways than one.
And you met lots of people, haven't you?
Loads and loads of people from Loch Lomond straight down to Southend Pier. Everyone came out, made promises. It was just a really nice day.
And do you know what's lovely about making the promise? It's like you feel so much better for it. It's like do something today, as Heather Small says, to make yourself proud.
Exactly.
That's exactly what hundreds
So they were
of thousands
actually
of people
watching the TV programme and then rush out and see you and say, yeah, Mrs. we'll have our name down there.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was the idea of the thing, wasn't it? And it didn't matter whether your promise was small, to do the washing up, or big, to give blood. You know, it all mattered, it all counted. And your name is there.
For £25.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sonia, just some of these things. Here's a girl, Zara Latifi from Middlesex, and she's promised to help her parents learn English, whatever ethnic descent they are, you know.
Wonderful.
Obviously. And Anthony Moore, Middlesex, promises to give all his old toys to children who have none.
Yeah. Ray Nixon from North Wales, which is where I'm from originally, he's promised to raise money needed to send his friend's autistic girl to the US to swim with the dolphins, hopefully to get her to speak her first words, and she's 4 years old.
I think it just proves there are good people out there.
There are millions of marvellous
We've got Sarah Main from Aberdeen. She's made a promise to help the elderly to cross the road and to help carry the shopping. I mean, just little things which just make such a difference.
We were talking about fears of things. This guy, David Evans from Manchester, fear of heights, is going to raise money for the National Deaf Children's Society. Do you know what he's going to do?
What's he going to do?
A parachute jump.
No!
Yes! A parachute jump.
That is a good one.
That's
a really good one. What have we got here?
You've had a great day, Sonia.
I have.
Flying
I had a
around.
lovely day.
Can we please have another little look at it?
Oh,
now?
yes, let's.
Please.
Once in a lifetime.
What's it all about? Well, it's a new forest being planted as a celebration of the...
Welcome to Warrington in this sunshine. We've been a long time building this place, and as you can see, it's looking very spectacular now.
So you're the man in charge?
Ish.
We will see you in the Cotswolds. Bye.
Well, welcome to the Cotswold Water Park. We've got some great weather with you today. Have you ever watched a tame otter close up?
Actually, I have.
Oh.
Just over there, I think, yeah.
Over there?
That's it.
Here they come now.
Insert the Blue Eagles 30 seconds display here in London.
That's a fantastic forest. Thank you.
Oh, Mrs., you enjoyed that, didn't you?
It's been fantastic.
A golden day.
Yes, it has actually. It's been perfect. And so many people came out.
I know.
It's been brilliant.
It's
Thank you for
nice.
doing it, and thank you for coming out. That's Sonia Saul there on her journey of promise. And as we near the end of this very special day, this May Day bank holiday, we're going to talk about David Jason now, because whatever part David Jason plays, he's always word perfect.
I love him.
Good.
Which is probably why he's so keen that other people should be word perfect too.
Every child should have the right to read, but not every child has the opportunity. Well, here at Yorkshire Television, we intend to do something about that. We've got together with other major companies and businesses in this region, as well as individuals throughout our community, to launch the Right to Read project.
That's it.
It couldn't be simpler. It involves trained volunteers doing one-to-one reading with a child.
When I first started, I was a bit nervous, like when reading books, because there were quite hard words in there. But now I've been reading books quite a while. I've got things better.
Did you get all those words right then? I think you might have missed some. Should we try that again? Try that again. It's not you just come along and sit there and listen to them. You've actually got to work with the kids and help them to get on.
By doing that for just 1 hour a week over a 12-week period, the average reading ability of an 11-year-old child can be increased by the equivalent of 6 months. In our region, there are roughly 24,000 11-year-olds who currently have a reading ability below the national average. As part of ITV's Year of Promise, our pledge is that in the year 2000, those children will have a reading ability above the national average. And who knows? One of them in the future may be using that skill to bring alive scripts like A Touch of Frost.
The man with the magic touch.
He is wonderful. You know, the phone calls are still coming in, but I have to point out that our phone lines stop at midnight. But after that point, if you still want to register your promise, you can do so until the end of the year, and you will go on our promise register or on our Landmark Promise site if you're going to pay £25. This is the form you're after. Go to teletext page 108 if you want information, or our website, www.itv.yearofpromise.co.uk. Eamon said it so many times, even he knows that website.
Yes, even I. And if you haven't filled one of these in, why not do it? It's your little piece of history, and thank you for sharing it with us this morning. Now, we here, of course, we have just been presenting this today. It has been made possible by your promises, but the good folk on the telephones here who have fielded all the calls, and there have been people behind scenes who have been working for 2 years to get this underway. And I suppose this is the high point of the Year of Promise, but as Carol says, it goes on and on. It goes on for people like Ryan Priestley from North Yorkshire. He promises to eat a forkful of every vegetable on his plate he does not like.
What about you, Sonia?
Remember, the promise can be anything. We've got Julie Brassington here from Burton-on-Trent. She promises not to dye her hair so many different colours.
Dora Rylett, you'll love this. She's promised to ride her new bike. How old is Dora? 70. Good on you, Dora.
Well, good on her. She's doing it, you can do it as well.
How many telephone calls we've had, Sonia, today? 375,000 telephone calls. That means that all of those people saying, you are marvellous. I know I've told you before, but you are wonderful because you're making promises to make a difference, and you are making a difference.
Not only to yourselves, but to everybody around you. Now, we could go on talking all night, but we'll not, because I've got to get up for work in the morning.
I know, and I've got to party.
So thank you very much indeed. It has been a heck of a day.
It has.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
God bless.
As mentioned in the video's description, the end credits of the ITV Day of Promise telethon had a montage of events happening during the telethon, accompanied by the full version of Michael Jackson's 1988 song Man in the Mirror, which, due to audio copyright claims from various music publishers, including Sony ATV Publishing and Universal Music Publishing Group, I have had to mute this part of the video. However, it does give me the opportunity to, firstly, thank you for watching, secondly, to please show your appreciation by hitting like, and thirdly, to please subscribe to the Television Vault channel for more of the same. And don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified for further updates to the channel. In the meantime, in the words of Depeche Mode, enjoy the silence.